will be Kai over. And yeah, Kai, the stage is yours.
Thank you. So let me get the secret item I just stashed here. Anyone know what this is? It comes with this nice USB-Y cable. Yes. So you totally blew the cover. I even prepared a slide. Like, does this help? So yes. Yeah, that's like a coaster for your beer. So yeah, this is maybe. So yeah, this is like an optical external drive. So raise your hands who has used an optical drive or who still has an optical drive in their like daily computer. Yeah, like not the one that's sitting in the closet for 10 years, but the one that you actually use. Does it still have an optical drive? One hand. So there's like 2 or 3 hands. Who has used it within the last 2 years or something? Oh, oh my goodness, that's like totally different than I expected. But anyway, so this talk is about the story of how this device let me unlock a massive performance boost in our Solid framework. Solid is our KD is our multi-platform cross-platform device abstraction framework, and it enumerates batteries and storage devices for the most part. It has backends for fstub and udisk and lib iMobile device even. So even if you plug in your iPhone, your battery monitor shows the battery percentage and that sort of thing. So it's very modular and cross-platform. And it's used in a lot of places, like Device Notifier, where you see your external storage media, the battery monitor, the Places panel in Dolphin, where you have your bookmarks and the devices. For file previews, we check if the partition is encrypted and then don't store the cache and whatnot. So we can all agree that improving Solid helps in a lot of places. So the udisk's backend that talks to udisk, which is this Linux service for enumerating storage devices. I found a couple of issues with it. So the udisk backend enumerates all block devices, of which there can be lots. For example, Snap is very notorious for creating 500,000 loop device mounts. So I even have like special cases for like, okay, if this is a Snap thing, then ignore it just to make it faster. And then for every device that it finds, it creates a device object. And every device object then queries all of those properties from udisks and does it all with blocking synchronous dbus calls. So it's not very efficient. So the question is, can we do better? Yes, of course. Otherwise, I wouldn't be giving this talk. First of all, never, ever use QDBus interface. It's this innocent looking class that in its constructor will do a blocking introspect call on the service. So if you have one per device, you can probably agree that it all adds up a lot. And most of the time, there isn't even a reason to do that because either you know the interface, so you can use add dbus interface, provide an XML description, and have a compile time generated header file, so no introspection needed. Or you do a blind call with like qdbus create method call, and you pass a string, but there's never a reason to use qdbus interface. So we probably should have a CI check that if you use qdbus interface, it just blocks it, and I will come knocking down your door. So can we do better? Of course. We can use dbus object manager in Solid. So object manager is this API which did not exist back when Solid was originally written. That's why it's not using it. And that lets us get all the properties at once. So I even have this merge request there. So if you want to give it a try, if you use weird, obscure media, then you can check out this merge request. So we use dbus object manager. We get all of the properties at once. Job done. Or is it? Optical media is scary, right? A USB stick, you plug it in, it comes up, you unplug it, goes away. Optical media, it's always this drive which has media in it, so we have to like monitor the drive and the media inside of it. And even the drive can go away, and then there's like audio CDs, so you plug it in, Solid says, oh, there's an audio CD, gonna show it. You have data CD, CD comes, Solid is like, I don't know, then the file system appears and you have a data CD. And then there's mixed mode CDs. You plug it in. Solid is like, oh, this is an audio CD. And then Udis is like, yeah, but it has a file system too. And then Solid is, oh, it's here again. And then Places panel is like, I have 2 devices now. What's going on? And then it just explodes. So the other month on Matrix asked like, Anybody got a spare DVD drive? Because I don't have one. I haven't had one for, I don't know, 15 years. One day my neighbor even knocked, so he's also in IT, was like, "I got some scans from my doctors, like, do you have a CD drive?" I was like, "No, sorry. I asked half the neighborhood and I don't have a CD drive." So yeah, I got this generous donation from Martin R on the KD Neon channel, I think it was. And he said, "Yeah, I have this lying around. You want to have it?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, it's nice. How much do you get for like postage?" And he was like, "Ah, it's fine. I've always wanted to contribute to KDE." So he just sent it to me via mail for like 6, 7 euros or something. And now I have this device and I suddenly could like reproduce all the weird issues that people had with my merge requests because now I actually have this device. So yeah, I can test all of those weird use cases now. But before that, I actually want to write lots of unit tests first for Solid. So if anyone knows if there's like a equivalent to UMockDev, which lets you simulate UDev devices for UDisk, so I don't have to write bunch of dbus mock call, that would be really nice because then I can actually test my change set automated before I actually merge because it's been ready for 5 or 6 years. I've tried to do object manager port, but always I said, okay, this optical drive stuff, it's scary. I don't want to merge it because it might like explode all over the place. So yeah, this goes to show that contributing is more than just code. We have people doing artwork, translations, promo work, IT infrastructure, people hosting calls and putting around microphones and much more. So yeah, it's not just about code, but like every little contribution counts. So thank you.